It's 4 a.m. in Los Angeles. The city is asleep. But inside a dimly lit gym, the sound of a basketball hitting the rim echoes through the silence, again and again and again. While most NBA superstars were getting their beauty sleep, Kobe Bryant was already 2 hours deep into his daily routine. By the time you finish this video, you'll understand why Michael Jordan once called Kobe's dedication borderline psychotic, and why that might have been the greatest compliment Kobe ever received. 5 championships, 18 All-Star appearances, 81 points in a single game. But here's the thing about Kobe Bryant. His resume doesn't tell the real story. What separated the Black Mamba from every other player in NBA history wasn't just his talent. It was an obsession with perfection that went so deep, it literally rewired what we thought was humanly possible. Today we're breaking down 3 aspects of Kobe's work ethic that will blow your mind. The 4 a.m. ritual that became legendary, his insane relationship with pain and injury, and the mental preparation that bordered on supernatural. Let's dive in. Picture this. It's 4 a.m. on a random Tuesday in 2008. Most people are dead asleep. Kobe Bryant is starting his first workout of the day. Not warming up, starting his first workout. Here's how insane this routine was. Kobe would wake up at 3:30 a.m., drink his pre-workout, and be in the gym by 4. 2 hours of pure conditioning and skill work. We're talking full-court sprints, defensive slides, and hundreds of shots from every spot on the floor. At 6 a.m., while you're hitting the snooze button for the 3rd time, Kobe's starting workout number 2. This one focused specifically on whatever weakness he identified in his last game. Miss a left-handed hook shot? That's 500 left-handed hooks. Struggle with a particular defensive rotation? 2 hours of nothing but that movement. But here's where it gets absolutely crazy. When his Lakers teammates would show up for practice at 10 a.m., which is already early for most NBA standards, they'd find Kobe finishing up his 3rd session of the day, completely drenched in sweat. Phil Jackson, who coached Michael Jordan in his prime, said he'd never seen anything like it in 30 years of coaching. Think about that. The man who witnessed Jordan's legendary work ethic said Kobe was on another level entirely. This wasn't a playoff thing. This wasn't a big game preparation. This was every single day for 20 years straight. The Mamba mentality wasn't just a cool nickname or a marketing slogan. It was a complete lifestyle transformation that started before dawn, every dawn. Now let's talk about Kobe's relationship with pain, because this is where things get truly unreal. April 12, 2013. Kobe tears his Achilles against the Golden State Warriors. For any normal human being, this is season over. Rush to the hospital time. Kobe Bryant walked back onto the court and shot his free throws. With a completely torn Achilles tendon, he calmly sank both shots and then walked off the court under his own power. The footage still gives you chills because you can see the exact moment he realizes what happened, and he just doesn't care. But that's just one story. Throughout his career, Kobe played through a dislocated finger that was literally pointing in the wrong direction. He played with a broken nose held together by a protective mask. He once played an entire playoff series with a torn ligament in his wrist. Here's what most people don't know. Kobe spent over $1 million every single year just on body maintenance. Personal masseuse on call 24/7. Private chef calculating every single calorie. Recovery specialists using cutting-edge technology most teams didn't even know existed. And while he was getting treatment, he'd be watching game film, always working, always improving. His teammates revealed that Kobe would spend hours practicing shooting with his offhand just in case his dominant hand got injured. Who thinks like that? Who prepares for every possible scenario, including the worst-case ones? The man turned injury recovery into an art form because even when his body was broken, his mind refused to stop. But Kobe's physical preparation was nothing compared to what was happening inside his head. While other players were playing video games or hanging out during downtime, Kobe was reading philosophy books, Sun Tzu's Art of War, Nietzsche, ancient Stoic texts. He wasn't just trying to understand basketball, he was trying to understand the psychology of winning itself. He studied predators, sharks, lions, eagles. He wanted to understand how apex predators think, how they hunt, how they never show weakness. That's where the Black Mamba nickname really came from. It wasn't just about being deadly. It was about adopting the mindset of a creature that's completely focused on one thing: domination. Before every game, Kobe would create detailed psychological profiles of his opponents, not just their basketball tendencies, their fears, their insecurities, what made them crack under pressure. He'd study their body language, their facial expressions during timeouts, everything. Former teammates tell stories of Kobe calling them at midnight, not to chat, but to break down specific plays they ran 3 weeks ago. On that pick and roll in the third quarter against San Antonio, you hesitated for 0.2 seconds. Here's why, and here's how we fix it. And here's my favorite detail. Kobe learned multiple languages specifically so he could trash talk international players in their native tongue. Imagine being a rookie from Spain, and Kobe Bryant is talking smack to you in perfect Spanish. The psychological warfare was next level. He even memorized the tendencies of referees, which refs call technical fouls quickly, which ones let players get away with more physical play. He turned every single aspect of the game into a chess match where he was always 3 moves ahead. But here's what all this dedication really cost. Family birthdays missed for training sessions, holiday dinners skipped for film study. Vanessa Bryant once revealed that Kobe would be out in their backyard at midnight practicing his shooting form in complete darkness, just going through the motions over and over. Other superstars would invite him to events, parties, networking opportunities that could have made him millions in endorsements. Kobe said no to almost everything that didn't directly make him better at basketball. There's a story from his jersey retirement ceremony. After the emotional speech, after the standing ovation, there was an after-party planned with celebrities, former teammates, NBA legends. Where was Kobe? In the training facility, working out. On the night they retired his jersey, he chose preparation over celebration. Lakers staff members say that Kobe treated every single practice like it was Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Not just playoff practices, not just important practices, every practice for 20 years. Teammates would joke that Kobe had 2 settings, Game 7 and sleep. There was no casual mode. There was no taking it easy day. There was excellence or there was nothing. The man sacrificed a normal life to become something that transcended normal, and he did it willingly, obsessively, joyfully. But if you want to understand the true depth of Kobe's insanity, let me tell you about the 2009 NBA Finals preparation. The Lakers are facing the Orlando Magic. Most players would watch maybe 2 hours of game film, run through some plays, call it good. Kobe Bryant watched film for 18 hours a day leading up to Game 1. 18 hours a day. He convinced the Lakers organization to install a private gym in his house so he wouldn't waste time traveling to the facility. While his teammates were sleeping, Kobe was running full-court sprints in his backyard at 2 a.m. The night before his final game, his legendary 60-point farewell, Kobe spent 6 hours visualizing every possible scenario, every shot location, every defensive rotation, every timeout situation. He mentally played that game dozens of times before he ever stepped on the court. That's when his famous quote really makes sense. "I don't want to be the next Michael Jordan, I only want to be Kobe Bryant." This wasn't about matching someone else's greatness. This was about discovering the absolute limits of human dedication and then pushing past them anyway. Remember that viral interview where Kobe said, "What's the difference between a good player and a great player?" The reporter expected some philosophical answer. Kobe said, "The great player practices until he gets it right. The legendary player practices until he can't get it wrong." That's the difference between talent and obsession. That's the difference between good and legendary. And that's why Kobe Bryant wasn't just a basketball player. He was a study in what happens when someone refuses to accept human limitations. This wasn't just dedication. This wasn't just hard work. This was a complete rewiring of what we thought was humanly possible. Today's NBA players tried to emulate the Mamba mentality. They post workout videos at 6 a.m. and think they're following in his footsteps, but they're missing the point. It wasn't about the early morning workouts.
It was about the complete and total obsession with perfection that consumed every single aspect of his life. Kobe Bryant didn't just play basketball, he became basketball. And in doing so, he showed us that the only real limits are the ones we accept. As he once said, the most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great at whatever they want to do. If this changed how you see greatness, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Next week, we're diving into another legend whose work ethic was so insane, it literally changed the sport forever. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.